Right now, let's start with the BRICS. Russia's finance ministry, along with the Central Bank of Russia, will propose several new financial initiatives to BRICS. The proposal aims to improvise and change the international monetary and global financial system as we know it. Russia will particularly focus on creating a new digital BRICS bridge payments platform, which will be a multi-sided option to the US dollar. The development is currently in draft and could be proposed at the next summit in October 2024. The proposal will not only create a new BRICS digital platform, but will also contain a set of financial initiatives and recommendations. The multi-sided digital payment platform aims to grow as an alternative settlement without the need for the US dollar. Russia will take the first step of de-dollarization by convincing the bloc to accept a new BRICS bridge payment platforms. The US dollar will have a hard time sustaining its dominancy as developing countries are ending reliance on the currency. But is that really the case?
Oh well, Vladimir Putin has given his annual State of the Nation address 2 weeks before Russia's 2024 presidential election. Putin warned that any development of Western troops in the Ukraine would have tragic consequences. He claimed that Western rhetoric threatened the conflict with the use of nuclear arms and consequently the destruction of civilization. The comments appear to respond to French President Macron, who earlier this week did not rule out sending Western soldiers to Ukraine. Putin also said the Russian military has the initiative in the 2 year full scale invasion of Ukraine and is advancing in a number of areas.
Meanwhile, in Israel, popular support for Israel in the US will help it fight until total victory over Hamas, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Tuesday. In a statement, Mr. Netanyahu cited polls showing that more than 80% of Americans support Israel during the conflict in Gaza. His comments came after US President Joe Biden warned that Israel risks losing global support in the war. US officials say they are working on a possible ceasefire deal. In his statement on Tuesday, Mr. Netanyahu said that since the beginning of the conflict, he has been leading a campaign countering international pressure to end the war ahead of time and mobilize support for Israel.
Well, in North Korea, factories making arms for Russia are operating at full scale. North Korea's munitions factories are operating at full scale to produce weapons and shells for Russia, according to South Korea's defense minister, as Moscow's devastating war in Ukraine grinds into the third year. The latest estimate from South Korea offers fresh clues on the crucial but highly secretive role North Korea is playing to help resupply Moscow's war of attritions at a time when Ukraine's own need for vital military resupplies is being held up by predominantly Republican lawmakers in Washington. The weapon and military equipment, which include millions of rounds of artillery shells, is being delivered to Russia in exchange for shipments of food and other necessities. South Korean Defense Minister Shin Won-sik said this.